Crazy. I'm crazy, but you like that. We're live. Hello,
We're
everybody,
live,
party
party
people.
people.
Welcome back to Ruke to Biconz podcast.
Season 2.
2, episode 9 already. Oh, it's crazy. This is
Crazy.
of both seasons combined. This is episode 30.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh my god. Crazy.
But yeah, today we are doing Descendants 2 because we forgot to plan. Because we both had a test yesterday. Well, I had it today and Vicky had it yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
So we forgot to plan, so we decided to do Descendants. This is usually how it goes. Forgetting to plan. But yeah, we're doing Descendants 2 today. I'm ready to get into this. I'm very excited.
Me too. I like this movie. I love this movie.
This movie is filled with gayness.
Yes!
Like, cannot convince me that
it is very
anyone is straight in this movie.
I mean,
Maybe Chad.
Ben might be the only straight one.
Ben is not straight.
I think Ben's the straight one. The token straight, that's Ben.
No,
because people say it's Jay, but it's not Jay.
Jay is gay.
It's not Jay. I've seen videos where people are like, Jay's the token straight. I'm like, excuse me?
Bitch, what? Where? No! Did you watch the third movie? Did you see the flirting between Jay and
flirting
Gil?
Was there. It was there.
It was right there. But we're not here to talk about the third movie. We're talking about the second movie. Starting off with Ways to Be Wicked. Vocals were
great open. It was a really good opening number. Like it opens with that song and you're like, oh my god, everyone's evil again. Yes, and then
oh no, it's a fantasy.
Oh no. Plot twist, Mel has blonde hair now. Whoa.
And she's bombarded by paparazzi.
Yeah, she's like famous now.
I mean, she is the girlfriend of the king.
Famous.
So.
But like the town,
and she did.
It's really that big though. Like she's a big thing, but just in Oradon.
Well, the thing is, Oradon is everything. I think in the Descendants universe, because for a wedding gift, instead of a honeymoon, King Adam combined all the kingdoms and got declared king of Oradon.
Ooh. Oh, so they literally combined
everything.
It's like combining everything into a single place.
Yep. I don't know how.
They created an empire.
Yep.
Oh.
I don't know how they did it, but yeah.
Freedom, justice, and security to my new empire. They did what Anakin couldn't do. What?
I mean, they did round up all the villains and interesting people and band them to the Isle of the Lost with a magical barrier that they can't get through.
Oh, what if they showed like how they united all the kingdoms?
That
they
would
like
be
kingdom by kingdom being like, you're a villain, yeet.
The thing is, like, how do they decide who goes onto the Isle and who doesn't?
Just by how, but just like if you're in a leather jacket, you're going to the Isle.
So Green Arrow, The Flash.
Yeah, literally
all of
them
those
go-
would go to the Isle if they were part of
one of those kingdoms. Yeah.
one of the kingdoms.
Yeah, I feel like they go like they visited like the kingdoms and everything, and they're like, "You're not wearing leather. You're not wearing leather. You're not.
Well,
You're wearing leather. Yeet."
well, or they just might have yeeted them all onto the Isle, but not everyone was wearing leather. But they just made it so that only leather was available to be bought. I don't know, but some people on the Isle also wear cotton. So
But do they get like a personality test, being like, "Am I a good person? Yes, no."
that's what I wondered. Like, how did the people that needed to go onto the Isle get picked to go to the Isle? And how big is the Isle actually, and how big is Oradon actually? Like,
I just thought
like
of the fact that maybe the villains thought that they were like being chosen for something like extremely special, and then they end up being locked up.
I have no clue. I want to know how. But let's get into the descent.
Oh my god!
We can talk about this in a theories video. In a theories episode, but let's get into the actual film. So, Ben interrupts the paparazzi, and then Fairy Godmother gets them all away.
He's like, shh.
Yeah. What is it with Fairy Godmother and weird hand motions? Like, it was in the first movie, like, the past and the future.
It's the future.
Like,
maybe she was a theater kid and she misses that part of her life, and she's like, jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
The future.
Oh, who knows? Who knows? Oh, but yeah. And then Mal gets pulled away for a gown fitting, and Ben has some kind of meeting because he's the king. And this something I have to say about the dress that Evie made for Mal.
Mm-hmm.
It's the blue and yellow dress.
Gold, yellow, yeah.
Yeah, gold, yellow. The colors don't suit Mal. And Mal definitely agrees.
Yeah, she's like, I don't like it.
But like, what I'm wondering, why did Mal's dress in the first place get made into those colors?
Because there were Ordon colors.
Yeah, but still, I'm like,
maybe it reminded Evie of the first time, because the cotillion is supposed to be the place where she becomes like the official right-hand person to Ben. So
the lady of court.
Yeah. So maybe like with going into the designing, Evie was like, okay, so let's just do the colors of the tourney team because that's how they met. Or that's how they fell in love. But Ben was also spelled, so I don't know.
Yeah, or like just because she's gonna be part of the royal family of Oradon. The royal colors are blue and gold/yellow. So make those colors the dress. I don't know. I just think the colors aren't suited for her.
If they wanted to make Oradon a part of the dress, add the little plastic ring. Done. That's it. That ring looked so cheap. I'm sorry.
I can't argue.
Cheap. Like Ben's
But the thing is, I have several things in the movies look extremely cheap, but other things look very expensive, and I'm like, oh, so that's where the budget went.
Like that ring just looked like one of those rings that comes with the little capsule things that doesn't really fit you, but you still wear it.
Yep. Oh, but like, Fairy Godmother's wand also isn't the greatest, so yeah. Anyway, Mel is going through a spell book for the speed reading spell, and she misses being evil. And Evie loves being in Oradon, and Mel doesn't want to ruin it for her. And I'm like,
I mean, that's supportive girlfriend energy. I'm just saying.
I was just gonna say they are freaking.
They are in love.
They are in love. You cannot convince me that Space Between wasn't a love song. You cannot convince me that it wasn't a. You cannot convince me that it wasn't a love song.
This girl miss you so much, and
It's a sapphic love song.
Already. It was a love song.
But yeah, Jay is going solo to Cotillion so he can dance with all the ladies. Jay is either bi or pan because he likes girls, but he also likes. He clearly has something for Gil. Harry Hook is pan or omnisexual. Harry Hook is omni or pan. He flirts with everyone.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Like he flirts with Jay at one point. He's like, "Hey."
He also tries to flirt with Ben when Ben is the Beast.
Oh yeah. I'm like, excuse me.
And at the end of the third movie, he goes to Audrey and while he first talks to, I think Uma and I think Mal was also standing there.
Yeah, he also flirted with Mal.
And it was like, so you're definitely taken. And I'm like, dude, she's literally engaged.
Excuse me?
Like, yeah. Anyway, Carlos is asking Jay for dating advice. And for advice about Jane. And I'm like, big brother energy. Carlos and Jay were freaking, like, I don't know why, but they have such a big sibling vibe.
I also want to point out that Carlos was, I freaking loved Carlos in the second movie. I loved him in all the movies, but the second movie was peak. He's his peak.
So precious in the second movie, and like,
yeah, I was like, what about you?
His constant struggle with trying to get his feelings across to Jane, and I'm like, I love it.
I love him so much.
Carlos is definitely one of the best, if not the best, character in this series.
Yeah.
It's just
because everyone else had their problems.
Yeah, except maybe Evie. Evie is very. I love Evie. She's very much a queen.
I mean, the core four are okay, but like the whole movie, like all the three of them are centered around Mal. So like,
yeah, they're very.
The other three get their own thing, but Jay had his thing with Gil in the third one, and then Carlos had his thing in the second one, and then Evie had the castle thing. So we get to know them a little bit better in the third one.
Yeah, I loved the third one, especially for the other characters' development. Also for Uma and Harry and Gil's development, it's so much stronger in the third movie. And also Audrey. Audrey had so much development in the third movie. I just wish we would have gotten more screen time from Dizzy in the third movie.
Yeah. And the other kids. Like the twins. The twins didn't do anything
as well. But like especially Dizzy, because she was she was a bigger part of it in the second movie. But yeah, we're straying off we're straying off the second movie again. And yeah, after Carlos is asking advice about Jane comes and checks a bunch of party things with Mal, like the pantoppers. Mal gets stressed out, glowy eyes, etc.
Glowy eyes. Yeah, she gets possessed by the time stone.
Oh God.
Because at one point there were theories going around that you get like the the your eyes like the same colored as the Infinity Stone you have. So like Starla's eyes went purple when he was in contact with the Power Stone.
Really? I never saw that. I never knew that.
So then that theory said that Heimdall had the Soul Stone because his eyes were orange.
Yeah, I don't think that Heimdall had the Soul Stone.
I don't know. Anyway.
I don't think so. Anyway, we have Chad with his cape. Chad wants to be king so badly at
Chad with the 3D printer. I just loved it.
It's the biggest and greatest gag and joke in the entire
he
movie.
was there like just for nothing, but it was so fun to like watch him come into the room and use the 3D printer.
He was there for the 3D printer. I love it. But yeah, then Jay comes and like Chat is jealous that he isn't captain, but Jay is. That's like, yes, fencing training. And then they leave and Evie and Dog are being cute. I love Dog so much. Like,
yeah.
The man is special and precious and should be protected at all times. And then Ben surprises Mal with the moped. The purple moped.
But
I think it's called a moped.
He gave that to her like exclusively because she needed a way to the aisle. Like if Mal wasn't like, I want to go to the aisle, then he wouldn't have given her the moped.
What else? Yeah, the thing is, like, why? What was the reason? But
like, didn't like I'm gonna buy a purple motorcycle for my girlfriend.
But didn't in the first movie didn't they go on their first date on a moped towards the Enchanted Lake and then over the bridge and stuff? So, like, it could have been a reference to that.
Hold on, yeah.
I think they went on a I think they went on a moped because like Ben was holding the helmets at some point. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that's how they went to the first date. And then it's Thursday, the picnic. Mal forgot about the picnic.
The picnic! Ooh.
We're not at the actual picnic yet, but yeah. We are advancing. We get Carlos and Jay. Jay pairing up with Carlos again. Mm-hmm. Precious. He is literally Big Brother energy.
Big Brother energy.
Like, there is no other explanation than that he is a big brother to them. And then Lonnie joins in and she defeats like, she's like, bitch, what you can do, I can do better. Anything you can do, period. I can do better. And Chad is being a little bit of a misogynist with his little rule book. What I do want to mention, Jay not going against the rule book is a reference to the first movie where he was just learning about the rule book, which I love.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you something I've never seen before. It's called a rule book, and Jay's like, "What?
What? I don't do rules." Oh, but rules? Yeah,
I don't know.
And Carlos attempting to ask Jane out again, but she talks over him continuously. Like, I love Jane, but let the man.
She was so clueless. I don't know.
She was.
But to honestly, be fair, I would be as clueless.
He was as clueless. I would probably be Jane.
That's why he asked for the gummy thing.
Yep, the truth gummy. And then we get a talking dog.
Why? Just why? We didn't need that. The movie was fine.
Honestly, it makes Jude even more lovable.
Yeah, but some
But
people
yeah,
were annoyed with the talking dog. They're like, oh, so he's talking now. Yay.
I'm like, it's
Fun.
it's it's not the best way to deal with like things, but I mean, it's not the worst. And chat, like right before the fruit gummy stuff actually gets eaten by Dude, the chat comes in to use the 3D printer. I don't even remember what he was gonna print that time. But he did print like something he did print a key to the room the last time he
Wasn't
went.
he printing an action figure of himself? And he
That's
was missing the
later.
head? Oh.
That is later.
At one point he...
And like that's when Jay and Carlos go back to Oredon to print Fairy Godmother's wand. And the thing is, Carlos says it's better to have you without the head. I think it was Carlos that said it, but like either Carlos or Jay said that, and I'm like, yes. Yes. And then
Yes.
Harry Hook. And we meet Harry and Gil and Uma.
We meet everyone.
And we
The
have
fact
what's
that they
my
kicked
name?
the fact that they kicked Gil out of the plane at the end of What's My Name.
Yeah, because he
Harry's like, take a seat.
Well, I love. First of all, let's talk What's My Name. Great
I love
song.
that song.
Amazing villain song. Like, amazing way to introduce Uma and like her trope and everything. Oh, I love Uma. Chef's kiss.
I love that song. It's just amazing.
You cannot convince me Uma and Mal started fighting because they broke up. I feel like they used to date.
Ooh.
Because maybe, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why, but that is my theory. We never really get to hear the reason why they're not friends, like a clear, accurate reason, but that is my theory for that. Shrimpy!
Shrimpy!
Sometimes I feel like Gil, and sometimes I feel like Harry.
I mean, I'm
most
100%
of the time,
Gil.
Most of the times I feel like Gil, but I feel like Harry also a lot. Harry's I already said this, but Harry is literally not straight. He's queer.
Not straight.
He could be unlabeled, bisexual, pansexual, omnisexual. He flirts with everything.
Sexual except heterosexual.
He flirts with everything and everyone. That guy is not straight. And you cannot convince me otherwise.
No.
But yeah, then we have the actual picnic. And all the foods that are on the table were in the song Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast. And Ben actually says, like, this is all the foods that Mrs. Potts used to make my parents. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Ben was so excited, and then she used the freaking spell book. Like, he was like, I'm just so proud of your cooking, and you're able to do everything, and you're just so cool. And Mel's like, oh, nope. Nah, fam.
Susanna's watching. I just saw it, but Susanna's watching the podcast right now. Hello, Susanna.
Hi.
Your queen.
Hey, girl. What's up?
Anyway, the picnic. Ben finds the spell book and is like freaking
Oh,
mad
shit.
at like, oh shit, all hell breaks loose. And the argument starts.
And the
And
fighting.
that was the last
Yay.
bit for Mal, and she's going to the aisle.
And she's like,
We
bye.
see
Yeet.
Mal poking holes in a box and putting Maleficent in there. Maleficent turned green. Last movie she was purple at the end. Now she's green.
I didn't pay attention to that. I was like, what color was Maleficent's body in the first movie? Oh my god, it's a different color now.
The
No.
thing is, Maleficent is never to be like Maleficent as a lizard is never to be seen again. Maleficent just as a person is never to be seen again.
Yeah, what happened to her in the third one? Did she die?
No, what happened when Mal took her to the aisle? Where did she go?
Maybe she just put her like in a random street of the aisle. She's like, bye, just stay there for eternity.
Go away.
She was like, see you later, homie, and then she never saw her. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I am very curious what happened to Maleficent.
I don't know, maybe she died because she couldn't live as a lizard. She was like all too powerful, and then she was contained like in a lizard, and she's like, nah, I can't.
Nah, fam, I'm gonna drown myself.
Nah, fam, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, Evie and Ben have a sibling relationship.
Yeah.
And Evie is the one bringing the news to Ben that Mal is to the aisle. Ben wants to go, but Evie doesn't want to let him go alone, and she also gets the other boys to go along, and they give
bring the boys. We're going to war.
And she gives Ben a makeover. Not gonna lie, it suits him.
Yeah, it does. Like the
really
bad boy aesthetic, yeah.
Like
it works.
It works for him. I'm gonna talk about something about Ben later that I noticed that I never noticed before, but we're going into that later.
Ooh.
Anyway, so Ben just had to Ben gets a makeover from Evie. Meanwhile, Mal is going to Dizzy to get a makeover from her. The song Dizzy is listening to when Mal enters is
from the animated
I'd rather
show.
be with you from freaking
Descendants
Wicked World. And I love it. I'd rather be with you, rather be with
I've never actually seen like a full episode of the show because they would.
I used to watch the full episodes occasionally, but
because they would air it like before airing something, like let's say Miraculous was on, but there were like 6 minutes left, and they would air an episode of Descendants Wicked World to make time.
Yeah. Also, what was the purpose of the cans that Dizzy put in to Mal's hair?
Bleach?
No, you do not bleach with cans.
I don't know.
Like it looked as if she was curling it, but then
it was straight.
Mal's hair was straight, and I was like, her hair was straight, unlike
her. The hair was straight, but not. Yep.
Same for me. Except like part of my hair is like with like some kind of curl
neither
thing.
Me or my hair are straight. Oh my god.
My hair is naturally like this. But yeah. Anyway, Harry decides to visit and steal Dizzy's well-earned money.
Are we not gonna like their money is just like a piece of paper?
Yeah, well, what did you expect?
Like
the budget went to other things.
Like the Monopoly type money or something. Maybe like those green bills that they having Monopoly? Like, why a freaking piece of paper?
I don't know.
Maybe they were printing labels for like the word wrapped stuff, and they were extra, so they were like, let's just use it for the money.
I have absolutely no clue why they decided what they decided.
Like, what was the reason? Like, they couldn't even have like authentic money. But maybe they played the I was too poor to actually have money type. But like,
I mean, it's possible, but it's so a little. Anyway, then they go with a limo to the aisle. Do they not have regular cars?
Maybe the limos only have the magic barrier button thing.
That's possible. That only limos can go to the magical barrier. I mean, they do cover the limo with like blanket thingies.
Like, it's confidential, do not enter. Confidential, do not share.
And there is like this tunnel thing that you see where Ben is looking, and they're like, you don't want to know what's there. And we find out later that it's the way to the Pirate Bay.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Chillin'. Oh, chillin' like a villain. I love that song.
Me too. All of the songs from the second movie are superior.
Yes.
But like, the songs from the third one are also good.
One thing I want to say, for me, I think You and Me wasn't the best song to end the movie with. Because it's quite a slow song relatively compared to the other songs. And especially if you compare it to Set It Off and Break This Down. Like, Break This Down from the third movie starts off a little bit slower, but
then it picks up and
still like quite upbeat and picks up. You and Me never really picks up a lot, and like when all the other when most of the other songs in the soundtrack are already quite upbeat, to have it finish off with a slower song, I'm not quite sure if that was the right or best choice they could have made there.
It's still not a bad song.
It's not a bad song at all. I love the song. I'm just not sure if it's the best song they could have ended the movie with. But yeah. VKs and Ben run into Gil. Well, the VKs meaning Evie, Carlos,
everyone
and Jay.
minus Mel.
Yeah, they run into Gil. Gil is clueless at first.
Tell your mom then. Tell your dad that Gaston said aside.
Wasn't he? He was also like talking about who his dad was and like that they didn't know who he was.
And his neck is incredibly. I love him so much.
He has golden retriever energy. So
he
badly.
Is me. I'm him. Is you. He's me.
I don't know why, but I feel like I'm similar to Evie. Most of out of all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like, yeah. Anyway, we have the hideout with the graffiti on the walls. Ben's comment. At least I don't have devil's horns, and like I don't know.
Benny Boo.
Benny Boo.
Excuse me, Benny Boo.
And I'm like, that's the way you start a conversation? Really?
Excuse me?
Really? That's the way you wanted to start a conversation?
Oh my god, Benny Boo. Excuse me.
But yeah, the fact that Ben is willing to change for Mal just shows his love for her.
Yeah. We love him.
Like, he has his bad moments, but in general, he's a good character. And like, he does... he doesn't have that much bias as others in the kingdom, etc. And I'm like, yes, king.
Yeah.
Literal king, but
Yes,
yeah.
king.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I love Ben.
The fact that he went like to the Isle without knowing the environment, like just to
Yeah.
be on good terms with Mel.
Like, he wanted to go even if Evie, Colors, and Jay wouldn't come with him. He was gonna go no matter what.
For love.
Like, and then Ben gets kidnapped.
And then Benny Boo gets
Benny Boo.
kidnapped.
Evie and Mel have a small, tiny small argument through like the pipe thingy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Harry comes and he's making fun of the VKs. He's like, Jay, I see you've lost your touch, and he's like barking at Carlos, and I'm like, why? I'm like, why? But yeah. And Mel is mad at her friends, and she's going to Uma because that's how she's gonna get Ben back.
That's where Benny Boo was.
But yeah. Oh. And you have the arm wrestling. A lot of confidence.
That was kind of like, how are we gonna settle this fight? Oh, I know, let's arm wrestle. Like,
I mean, you don't need a lot for arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, you just need a table and 2 chairs that you can sit on, and you can arm wrestle. But, yeah. It was an interesting choice to go with arm wrestling to settle it. And then Uma surprises Mal by telling her she has the wand.
Surprise, Shawty! Give me the wand!
And Mal loses.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Then we have like Mal reporting back to the others. And the girls talking about the hairdo and that it was Izzy's
little Dizzy.
Dizzy's. Why did I call her Izzy? Dizzy's talent that did that. And then Carlos is like, I'm gonna interrupt this because I want to be incorporated. Carlos is precious. Oh.
He is precious.
He tries to keep them as a family together, and I'm like, I love you for that.
He is so precious. Protect him. Thank you.
All costs. And then, Dizzy and Evie have like the big sis, little sis vibe. Evie being the big sister to Dizzy, and I love it. And we have more chat with the 3D printer. Now we have the action figure with no head. The freaking action figure with no head.
The action figure.
Just the action figure to start with.
Not like, the action figure.
How egotistical and like arrogant and narcissistic can someone be?
Yeah.
To make themselves their own.
The fact that his name is also Chad.
Like, yeah.
What could she thinks I'm a Chad? I was right there. It was right there. EJ Cass, what everybody.
I should have expected that to come.
It was right there.
Oh, yeah. And then Chad finds out dude can talk. And
plot twist.
Surprise shotty.
Surprise, shawty.
Like Lonnie is lurking in the hallway thing. And the guys don't
Like,
see
hello,
her.
have you heard of privacy? Miss Girl.
This girl is spying.
I'm an international super spy.
And then we get the moment before Space Between where Mal is like, I don't want to ruin you because you are definitely an Auradon girl and I will always be the girl from the aisle. And I'm like, why did you have to break me like that? Excuse me, ma'am.
Just gay.
Excuse me. Very much gay.
Very much gay.
Then we have Space Between, which is literally so relatable.
It is gay.
It's very gay. It's very, very gay.
It's gay.
Just gay. Like it's a lot. Like it's a sapphic love song, and you cannot convince me otherwise. It is a fucking gay love song for women.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
And like, I just love how close Mal and Evie are, and how close Jay and Carlos are, and how close the four of them in general are. Like, oh, I love them. And then Lonnie is coming along with Jay and Carlos to the aisle.
Would they try to make Lonnie like an important character, and then she wasn't even in the third one?
Completely absent in the third one. Like, where was she? She wasn't even in the, like, she wasn't there at all. Like, where was she? What did they do to her?
Yeah, I don't know.
To know. And now we have Ben. Well, we start with Harry. Trying to have some fun with Ben. That sounded wrong. That sounded wrong.
Yeah.
We have Harry trying to
interrogate Ben.
And interrogate Ben. And Uma breaks it apart, and then Uma and Ben talk and bond. And then they arrive at the bay thingy. Dude is in the car boot / the trunk of the car.
And dude
really said, yeah, I'm not listening. I'm gonna come to you.
I flunked obedience class, man. I failed.
Now we have It's Going Down. Best song on the soundtrack.
The best song, yes.
Best song on the soundtrack, and you cannot convince me otherwise. It's a song I will always listen to on this soundtrack.
It's a great song.
No matter what. This is my.
I remembered I was in a lake house when I first watched the second movie, and then on the way back, I basically listened to It's Going Down like the entire way, and it was like a 3-hour drive.
I love that. I often have It's Going Down on repeat as well. And dude has proven himself to be useful. It's proof that the wand worked. And I love it. The fact that he says, does this vest make me look fat? And does anyone have bacon or cookies? Besides the bacon part, because I don't like bacon, that is a mood. Dude is a mood.
Bacon.
No.
Oh my god. How
sorry.
Interesting.
Then we have a sword fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's pirates. We had it coming.
We had it coming. We had it coming. But the thing is, with the pairing in the sword fight, it's Jay and Harry against each other. Uma and Mal. Originally Ben against Gil. And I believe Carlos jumps in there somewhere. And Evie just fighting random people. And then at some point, Ben fight Ben and Evie go like back to back fighting other pirates, and I'm like, yes, siblings.
They were like, Evie's gonna fight you, Evie's gonna fight you, Evie's gonna fight you.
Yeah.
Evie will fight everyone, yeah.
The fact that Jay dropped Harry's hook in the water and Harry will did dive after it. Like, I thought it was shark infested water. Someone else fell into the water and never came up again. Where did you learn to swim? Because I remember Mal not being able to swim, but then again, Harry is a pirate.
I don't know, maybe his dad took him for the water while being chased by a crocodile drive that he went through. So Harry was like, yep, I know how to do it.
God, yes. But and then they go through the tunnel that we earlier saw back to the car, and Mal forgets her spell book because she dropped it somehow. And in the car ride back to Oradon, Ben makes a good point about Uma. Like the fact that those who weren't chosen could feel less and everything. And like that he had a good talk with her. But yeah. Then we have the thing in the field, and Ben is like, if you want, we'll cancel Cotillion if you really need it. I'm like, that isn't true love. I don't know what is.
I know how to it's so hard to find.
That was my light. Liv and Maddie. Dove Cameron taking over. Oh. And then we have like the little scene where they sit in the grass and talk about things.
Oh, Mel was supposed to sing a reprise. Reprise of If Only. And they cut it out. I don't know why they cut it out.
Honestly, I'm not mad that they cut it out because I don't think it was needed there. Like, I've seen it. I just think, like, the scene without a song there was good enough. Like, but they're always gonna be different from the Oradon kids, and
we're not like the other kids.
We're special.
We're special.
And then Evie going to make changes to the dress to incorporate the aisle more, and
but then she didn't make changes to the dress.
I believe originally the dress was fully length everywhere, and after the dress was short at the front and fully length at the back.
Oh my god, she really incorporated the aisle in there. I'm like,
I don't know how. Like,
it was so visible. Like, how did I not see it before?
It was like, it's good that you mentioned that you make changes to the dress, but then actually like properly show what kind of changes were made to the dress.
Yeah.
Like
make it actually visible. Like if Evie was like, let's just add a little bit of aisle in there. Like she could have made it like from a different material that had leather in it or something that felt a little more like the aisle. Maybe just change the colors.
I was like, just change the colors, make them purple, and it would have been fine. Or like incorporate purple in there more.
Like the dress of like post dragon transformation.
Very much aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact Jay is literally the big brother of the group. He literally offers to drive Mal back to the aisle if she wants to after Cotillion, if she still doesn't feel like she belongs in Oradon. And I'm like, king. Absolute king.
We love him.
He makes Lonnie the new team captain, which I absolutely love.
I love that.
I
He was like,
love Chad's
the rule
reaction
book
to it.
didn't say that the captain could be a girl. Haha, suck it, Chad.
Well, the rules never were broken, no. So like, and the fact that Lonnie steps her foot on the back of Chad's back when they have to
when they're doing the push-ups. I love that.
I love it.
Queen
I love
energy
her.
right there. Lonnie is a
She
queen that we never saw after the second movie, but she's still a queen.
Exactly. And then Doug is nervous about him and Evie because like he loves camping and the guys told him Evie went camping without him, and I'm like, he really cares.
Aww.
And I love Doug. He is so, yeah, I don't know how to describe him, but he's great. I love him. And Carlos successfully asked Jane out after Jane first being completely oblivious still, and him having to take away her phone. And I'm like, yeah.
Honestly, like me, but you know.
Also, the fact that Chad misses Cotillion because he's going to rescue Audrey in Sherwood Forest because she has a flat tire. Dedication.
Dedication.
Was not. Chad deserved better with a relationship, not gonna lie. She pretty much used him. But then again, he was also a dickhead, so, you know.
Plus, his name was Chad. Again, he is a Chad. For some reason, he's a Chad.
She thinks I'm a Chad.
He's a Chad.
And then Dizzy's hair accessories. Oh, I love them. I love them so much. I want them.
Yes.
And we're actually at Cotillion, and Fairy Godmother is clueless about the fact that Jane and Carlos are each other's dates. It's precious, but also like
cute because they hold hands and the Fairy Godmother's like, oh shit.
Oh, she's like, oh, that's the situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wrote down Mal's Isle-inspired dress. Where?
Where?
And then Ben and Uma. Because she swam through the barrier before it closed. She is a very good swimmer. Well, she can turn into half an octopus.
Yep.
And Ben is spelled. They don't realize it yet. But everyone is supporting Mal and is like, we're standing behind you. We're standing behind you.
We got your back, man.
We got you, girl.
You got ya.
And, like while they're leaving, Ben's gift for Mal is revealed, and he saw the Isle in her, and he loved it. Her like for every part, because it's combined Isle and Auradon, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And then he's like, my gift for Uma is to have the barrier open for good.
Here's the thing that I will never understand. Like, I will never understand. Like, the first two movies were like focused on the barrier like being broken down, and that was the whole plot. The villains were like, oh, we have to take down the barrier so they could go to the Isle. Like, Maleficent wanted to do that, and Uma wanted to do that, and then in the third one, they were like, oh my god, how do we
need
not
to keep it
think
close
of this before? We have to take it down.
Yeah.
Literally, at the end of the third one, they take the freaking barrier down. I'm like, Miss Girl, you could have done that a while ago.
Well, a while ago they didn't trust the people that were from the Isle yet.
Yeah. But
so
like,
honestly, And like
Uma
the
just had
reason
to be
they-
besties
the
with Belle,
reason-
and that's it.
no, the reason they took down the barrier in the third film is because they realized it's not necessarily that the evil people come from the Isle and that the good people come from Auradon, because we see Audrey, if given the right motivation, turns evil because she didn't get what she wanted, for which she worked very, very hard and very, very long. Yeah.
But still, it was just so pointless that the first 2 movies were
I mean,
about
that-
taking down the barrier, and then the third one magically took down the barrier.
but like, isn't that in a lot of DComs that it's like that are series? Because like I have a similar like feel with High School Musical. It has similar thing, like has similar feels.
Yeah, they're
Where
both
they
Kenny
work-
Ortega
where the-
masterpieces.
Yeah, where they have like they work for to a certain point,
Mm.
and second one they work to the same point. Third one, they just get to the point and have realized like, oh yeah, this is what we should have done. Because it's a lot like Troy has to choose between basketball and singing. Basketball and singing. Like, yeah, his career in college and singing. Like college basketball and singing. And then the third one is like, it ends up like, oh yeah, I'm just going to college to do both basketball and singing.
It was that simple, Troy. Do we really have to go through 2 movies for him to be like, I'll just do both? Great, kids, let's wrap it up. Have a nice day. Like,
Yeah. And anyway, let's get back to this film because we're almost at the end of it. So we have Uma jumping into the water and turning into half an octopus, and with that, like, whooping a bunch of water onto the ship. And
yeah, the budget went there. That's where the budget went.
And then we have Mel becoming a dragon. And we have like this epic fight scene almost, and then Ben jumps in the water without turning into a beast and tries to resolve it and gets it resolved. And then we have the purple dress. Mel's purple dress, which is gorgeous and stunning, and I love it. And yeah, that purple dress is everything. And Evie talking about like Ben having like Ben asking Evie like, you owe me one, and her wanting to get Dizzy to Auradon and getting more of the Isle kids to Auradon and providing Ben with a full-on list. And I love it. Like,
how does Evie know like a lot of Auradon? A lot. Oh wait, the Isle kids. Oh yeah, sorry.
And then we get you and me. Also, I just forgot something like before, like once they figure out Ben is spelled, Ben's face, like Mitchell Hope's face, during the scenes where Mal is talking to him. Have you ever looked at his face? Because I never looked at his face during those scenes. But today I paid attention, and his expression is just very, very weird and very, very blank. Like, he looks like I don't know how, but he looks just like so shocked and everything, and I'm like, are you okay, sir? Are you okay? But yeah. Then during with You and Me, like I earlier said, it's a good it's a good song. It's just not the best final song when all of the almost all of the other songs have been so upbeat, and then this one is not so upbeat, and I'm like, why not?
I still like it. My
Like I love it.
friends who love Descendants think that You and Me is one of the best songs. I mean, opinions still.
Like I just think like it's a good song and everything. I'm just not sure that the vibe that it has was the best to be as like the last song of the show of the movie. If you get what I mean. When you have in the first movie you have Set It Off, which is very, very, very much upbeat and like a very much dance number. And in the last movie you have Break This Down, which is also has like quite a lot of dance number vibes. Whereas this like is a lot more slowed down. Which for me, like compared to the other movies, isn't the best final song. But also, suddenly the dresses are short.
Oh my god, I wonder why.
Once again, it happened in the first movie, happened in the second movie. Dresses are short in the last song.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, we ended with like the scene that Dizzy gets invited to Oradon, and you didn't think that this was the end of the story, did you? The fact that that wasn't actually scripted, and like that at that point they didn't know yet that there was gonna be a third movie. I love that. But yeah, I love Descendants a lot. And that was the entire movie.
Yay.
I love the new additional characters to the movie. I love the songs, like one of the best soundtracks. It's very much a Kenny Ortega masterpiece. And if you have not seen it, sorry for all the spoilers, but you should go watch it.
We spoiled the entire movie too. Oops, sorry.
Sorry. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. And if you have seen it, just watch it again.
Watch it again, yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you all
Bye,
later.
Susanna. I think she left.
I think she left, yeah. And that's how the Biconz see it.